Thank you so much. I'm Antonino Tumeo, Chief Scientist in the Performance Computing Group, Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Soda Synthesizer, which is an end-to-end open source compiler from high-level programming frameworks, machine learning frameworks, to silicon. Motivations. We see that data science and artificial intelligence is kind of the key point where we are doing co-design today, right? But data science, algorithms, frameworks, and the approach is keep quickly evolving. Yesterday we had stable diffusion. Now we have LLMs. Next, who knows, right? And all in very, very quickly, 6 months time frames. And the conventional co-design approach, while very successful, is heavy, right? Because there's a new algorithm, we need to focus on it, identify what are the key patterns, and generate and design the accelerators. Not generate them, right? And takes time. It's effective. You came out with very, very great design and accelerators, but it's very difficult to keep the pace. It's definitely not a 6 months effort. So. What we really need is a set of tools that can enable us to go from a model, you see there Lenet, to the hardware implementation that can be either on an FPGA or even better in a chiplet that you can connect to your system and then have this specific custom accelerator for your model. And the tool at the same time should enable you to do, beside this generation from the formulation to the algorithm, also do the design space exploration, because depending on the type of applications, right, you may have very different metrics, power, performance, area, sure, but also security. Typical example, National Lab, right? Experimental scientific workflows. This is a scanning transmission electron microscope. We have some local instrument controller where we do our analysis, characterization of material. For example, when you are doing MBE, molecular beam epitaxy, trying to build a new type of materials, right? You want to do the analysis and at the same time, while the process is going, predict if something is going in the different direction than the scientist was expecting and drive the experimental workflow, right? What is the next layer that I need to deposit to generate a new material, for example? And this can be done with very fast inference at the edge. But at the same time, right, you need to train those models, so you may need to transmit the data across the computing continuum to your centralized server or the cloud. And in the cloud, you have a lot of opportunities to do custom acceleration. That's what we do to train models today, but there are many other opportunities for accelerating, right? Accelerators in the communication fabric, accelerators near the storage, all the opportunities. So a tool like this may have a lot of applications that goes really from the edge to the entire computing continuum. Our solution, we call it the Soda Synthesizer, software-defined architecture of accelerators, depending on what is the specific target. But it's a modular, multi-level, interoperable, extensible, open-source hardware compiler that goes from whatever programming frameworks to silicon. It uses the multi-level intermediate representation as to build a compiler frontend that we call SodaOpt. No, not much fantasy there, but the idea of SodaOpt is to enable to do the hardware-software partitioning, the system-level design, identify what are the parts of your model that you can start with a model from PyTorch, from TensorFlow, TensorFlow-Lite, depending on the target application, like if it is large-scale artificial intelligence or if it is more edge-related. But with SodaOpt, you can do the hardware-software partitioning, identify what are the parts of the network that you want to accelerate, different granularity, and then pass those information to a compiler-based backend. It's an high-level synthesis tool, so does the conversion from intermediate representation to the Verilog to the hardware implementation, right? We call this is Panda Bamboo, an high-level synthesis tool that started when I was a student in Politecnico di Milano, and we kept evolving. So it has about 20 years today, but it's very solid. And in all cases, what we get generate is a synthesizable Verilog. It can target FPGAs, but it can also target ASIC today. And the beautiful thing of all of this is that because it's all compiler-based infrastructure, right, optimizations are compiler optimization passes. So you just change the parameters of the compiler, even guided by our design exploration engine, and you can target different metrics. Specific thing on the ASIC targets, the approach that is multi-level enables you to target ASIC and FPGAs also. But for ASIC target, this is one of the key contributions that we did in this work, right? Is in the SODA synthesizer, is the ability to target directly commercial tools, Synopsys design compiler with the global foundries 1214 nanometers, for example, but also the Open Road suite. We have a set of numbers coming from OpenPDK, ASAP 7 nanometers and libraries. We are also taped out some designs with Skywater 130 nanometers using fabless. We'll tell you in a few months if we did get an actual accelerator and not just an expensive keychain. But the key point, though, is that with the compiler-based toolchain, we can exploit training and characterization method that will enable the tool to better target your target device. So you can target FPGA or ASIC, do training, and have your prediction models that will enable better synthesis of the design on the target architecture, on the target device. And this is an example of what we are able to generate, right? Starting from the original net that I was showing before, partitioning across the different layers, enabling automated optimization, and you can see visually, right, what changes is that they optimized the yellow designs, right? The designs in the yellow are larger in area. I don't report the specific numbers here, but I can assure you they are also faster. Like sometimes the accelerator are 4 times larger in area, but 15 times faster in performance, without anybody touching any Verilog, right? It's just automated optimization. Some more details on what are the next steps, right, for this type of work. An obvious opportunity is to exploit the open chiplet ecosystem, where you can generate this custom inference engine or custom accelerator, whatever is parsable from MLIR now, we can generate an accelerator, right? And then integrate it into a larger system. The SODA synthesizer doesn't really take care of the physical implementation, but we did a lot of work in order to integrate with standard electrical and communication protocols. For electrical interfaces, we have been looking at the Intel Advanced Interface Bus, the ABI, provided as an APU in the DARPA chips. SODA actually started as one of the DARPA programs, real-time machine learning. So this was a suggestion from the program manager. But we are always also moving towards looking at, obviously, the UCIe, the Universal Chip Interface Express specification, on which we can run protocols like Compute Express Link or AXI, the Advanced Extensible Interface, which we can support at the synthesizer level. In particular, just a couple of details on what we have been doing for AXI. Our synthesis tool can support fully the AXI protocol. You have master port, slave port, AXI stream interface, so that you can set up also interesting, using the front-end interesting patterns for overlapping communication with computation. AXI, as you know, is used as the standard interface to memory for Xilinx AMD FPGA. And it can be also used with many open source prototyping platforms. One of them, for example, is the embedded scalable platforms from Columbia University. And there are examples where AXI has been used on AIB. That was the typical example that Intel was using when they released the interface. So this is all supported in our tools. And now you can start and play and build your system if you want. Some couple of ideas of research opportunities, especially focusing on the open source ecosystem. Think that so far SODA demonstrates how several open source tools can seamlessly integrate. We go from high-level framework, PyTorch, TensorFlow, whatever, MLIR, high-level synthesis, all open source, integrate with Open Road, all open source, and can even do tape out, all open source, right? We can also, but things that are needed, not only at the SODA point of view, is having this open source community being able to interact well with the commercial community, because like if we want to advance EDA and hardware design, we need data, because EDA and hardware design is all AI based today. Without data and without interacting correctly within commercial, proprietary tools and open source tools, we cannot do this type of research, right? And get much better energy efficiency than what we get today. There are significant opportunities in supporting open source intellectual properties as resource libraries for these tools. There is integration with the prototyping platforms. There are several of them. Mosaic from Berkeley, for example. There's ESP, as I was showing. And this is all a great opportunity to integrate together fast prototyping system. And also, there are open source FPGA generators, so that you can even generate your domain-specific FPGA. The idea is really that we can think to have this community that is focusing on the generation and composition of highly specialized accelerator chiplets design. So hopefully this is a good venue like to start this type of discussions. Just last thing. As I said, this is open source, so just leave for 1 minute the links to the tools, and with the public software repository and the tutorial if you want to try them. But overall, like we think that this is a first step towards enabling and facilitating hardware design. We are one of the possible implementation, right? There are several options in research that are going forward that implements an entire end-to-end compiler-based toolchain from high-level frameworks to silicon. This is all modular, extensible, open source, so that is a contribution to the community, and we really would like to interact with the community to extend and support many more use cases. So that said, thank you, and if you have any question, I'm happy to answer.